Welcome to Holland Village. Whether you're an expat or a local, I think this is one of the best places to live in Singapore. There are endless places to grab a coffee or dine out. Retail options include everything from a newly opened and pet-friendly mall to an antiques rug dealer that's operated in Singapore for 3 generations. There's also a pretty good bar scene too. Join me in this video and I'll show you around and provide you with some information on the types of properties you can rent here at the end of the video. The Holland Road Shopping Centre first opened in 1971 and is Holland Village's oldest shopping mall. Nowadays it does look a little bit dated, but it is well occupied inside with a lot of retail shops for you to browse around. And if you head to the lift that's next to the UOB Bank on the ground floor and head up to level 4, you can head to Frankie and Fern's for brunch. Just up the road from the Holland Road Shopping Centre, Samad Oriental Carpets specialises in traditional and modern carpets from countries including Iran and Afghanistan. They have a collection of over 5,000 rugs in their branches in Singapore and Jakarta, and they were kind enough to show me around.
Yeah, if you see this one, right, the file. So, if you never take care, it will start like the file will all gone. This will become powder.
Wow, okay, so it disintegrates kind of.
Yeah, if you see this carpet, right, this one we take care of long time. It's 150 years old.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
So it helps to have the air conditioning and things?
Yes, air condition have to be on.
Wow, okay,
Yeah,
like a museum?
Yes, correct.
Wow, okay. And what kind of prices do they
Depend
go
on
to?
the quality and the size.
Yeah.
So, we from 100 to over 100,000.
$100,000 for
like this is 150,000.
what we're standing on now is $150,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you see that one is like around 85,000.
Wow, okay.
Because mostly people they come with the design, they bring the house picture. They ask us like what kind of color, what kind of design is can suit, so we can help them also.
Right. Surrounding the One Holland Village, you can see these tower blocks behind. That's actually public housing. So these are apartments, flats that were built by the Housing Development Board, which is why they're known as HDBs. We can kind of see the history of these HDBs in Holland Village here. In the past, you see the sort of yellow colour ones. They were built, I think, in the 60s, certainly 70s, maybe late 60s, and they're the ones that are the red and white ones behind as well. Again, those are old HDBs, and you see they've just been kind of painted recently to the red and white, and I think they're going to paint those other ones as well. On this side, you can see the newer HDBs. So the HDBs, facilities-wise, they don't have swimming pools. But what they do have is usually there's a playground not too far away. Sometimes there's badminton courts, not tennis, but they do put badminton courts in there. The ground floor, usually, this is quite typical. There's no one living on the ground floor. I think that's basically so they stay away from bugs and also damp and stuff in this humid environment. So usually the ground floor level is what's called a void deck. Where they actually use it for functions. So sometimes weddings, more the case though for funerals. This is what this HDB is going to look like once it's been repainted. These are colour schemes. So there's option 1, colour scheme 1, white. This colour, whatever it is, yellow, or there's orange on colour scheme 2, red on colour scheme 3. Okay, so all quite similar, to be honest. I mean, not radically different. But this was the vote, you see. So 30% of people voted for colour scheme 1, 39% of people voted for colour scheme 2, and 29% of people voted for colour scheme 3, and then 1.5% of people got their vote wrong somehow, invalid vote. I'm not sure, I don't know how many people voted on this, but the majority wins, and much, I'm talking on the day that the elections are happening, the general election in the UK, but yeah, Singapore has had its own vote here. They voted for colour scheme number 2. Orange is the future. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but I'm filming this in July, and you can see there's one Singapore flag hanging from someone's balcony there. Singapore celebrates its National Day, its National Independence Day in August. So what will happen over the next few days and weeks is every one of these apartments will have a Singapore flag hanging from the front of their apartment. So yeah, if you come back in a couple of weeks, I swear this will be covered in Singapore flags, ready for National Day. In this HDB, they've set up a community library. So you don't need to be a member, you don't need to sign anything, you don't need to give any ID. You can take books as you wish and bring them back when you wish. I just can't imagine this working in the UK. Everyone would just rob every book here. But yeah, Singapore is a place where people can actually trust each other, and yeah, the community is strong here in Holland Village. And yeah, this is just a really good example of people working together and kind of recycling as well, and doing things that are healthy for the environment. And yeah, if you've read a book and you're finished with it, then let someone else enjoy it. Holland Village. This road here is Jalan Merah Saga, I think it's called, and we've got a ton of coffee places hidden away over here, away from the busier part of Holland Village. This is Chong Baru Bakery. Chong Baru. These is this? It's lipstick, isn't it? Lipstick holder.
It's not a lipstick.
Oh,
it's a sanitizer.
Oh right, okay, yeah, for spray on the hands and stuff. Yeah.
So you can spray for the hand size.
Right. Okay.
So there's a jewelry box.
Jewelry box. Right. And then on fabric as well. So this was cowhide, and then this is
It's
fabric.
For our leathers, it's always cowhide.
What's
Cow
this?
leather.
This.
This one is a pouch. Actually,
Yeah.
there's the back having
right.
a strap, so you can put on your notebooks or something flat that covers.
Oh, nice. I guess.
In the evening time, partygoers in Holland Village head to the Lor Mabong area. This area is a strip of bars right in the centre of Holland Village, just right next to One Holland Village shopping mall. So there's a few different bars here, like Walla Walla Bar, which has a lot of live music, the Tapas Bar and Harry's. And actually, if you go to this area in the daytime and want to go for lunch, you can also head to Lola's, which is right at the end of Lor Mabong, just before you get to Holland Road. Okay, just to show you geographically where Holland Village is, you can see it's the red marker on the map of Singapore here. It's considered pretty central and slightly west in Singapore. And then zooming into the MRT, the Metro Rail, Holland Village is on the Circle Line, or if you were closer to kind of Farrow Road, Dover, Buena Vista, Commonwealth, you're still considered pretty near to Holland Village. You may be able to walk in from there, otherwise probably jump on a bus a few stops into Holland Village. Showing the different roads in Holland Village, the red road at the top is Holland Road. Holland Village is actually, I understand, was named after Holland Road, and Holland Road was named after Hugh Holland, who was an architect in the early 20th century, and the area is named after him. The green area is Holland Avenue, going through the heart of Holland Village. The blue area is Holland Drive, which also has a famous hawker centre food area. And the purple area is Jalan Merah Saga and Chippy Gardens, which also has a few brunch places and retail shops as well. If you're thinking of moving to or visiting Holland Village and you have any questions, feel free to put a note in the comments and I'll do my best to reply. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.